Good afternoon, everyone. It's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. So, welcome to my regular Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time live. So, let me make sure that I'm broadcasting. I'm on YouTube. I just got to notice that I'm on YouTube, so that's good. And then I just got to make sure that yeah, and we've got sound. Excellent. And then I'm just going to go over here, make sure that I can get your comments while I'm creating. I think I can. Let's just refresh my screen. There we go. There we go. And everything looks super. Okay, so there we go. Split screen, there we go. Okay, ready to go. Just need some folks. Hi, Diane. How are you? Nice to see you today. Hope you're doing well. They started off kind of cool, but then it got warm. So we're still getting those nice fall days, I guess. Not quite crisp, but nice. Anybody else joining Diane and I? Let's see. I'll give you a few more minutes, seconds to get on here. Let's see. Nobody else yet. We're going to be playing with the All About Autumn, Diane. I'm so glad you're coming to the class at the end of the month. It's going to be awesome. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. If you're not joining me live and watching me on a replay, please leave a little comment just to say that you were here, and I'll see that later. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm glad. You should be getting your order soon, Di. I sent you the stuff you need, your products for the virtual launch, and I'm hoping that they come today or tomorrow. I'll have to check in and see. Unless you want to leave me a note, just let me know if you got them, okay? Okay, what else is going on here? Nothing yet. All right, well, welcome Marilyn and Diane. People will pop on. There may even be people over there on YouTube watching. And of course, why is it always when I'm doing this that there is a phone ringing, which we will ignore. Okay, so let's start. Let's go over here. And that will stop ringing. Oh, you got your stuff yesterday? Excellent. So happy. Yay. Okay, so we're going to be playing with All About Autumn. And love, love, love this suite. It was not a cold day here or an autumn day, and it wasn't a hot day, but it's sort of warmed up to just over 20, I think. And so it's just one of those beautiful days. You can just feel fall coming. I love fall. It's my favorite season, actually. So we've got these gorgeous samples. We've made a few in one of my prior lives, but today we're going to use it again. So let me just show you some of the products that come in that suite. Of course, we've got the Autumn Leaves stamp set. And oh, I usually put these on a magnetic board for you to see, but I forgot. But you can see that with some of the dies here, we are able to stamp. Oops, let me grab those. We're able to stamp. So for instance, this leaf, and these leaves, we can stamp those. And then we can cut them out with the coordinating dies. So I love that. But we've also got, these are cool. These are like, I don't know what you'd call them, but they add a bit of texture. They're like an embossing element that you can use on cardstock, which is really cool. Got a couple of labels, and we've got the little veins that you can cut out that go in the leaves. And then we've also got some maple leaves and an oak leaf and other things. So lots of dies and stamps. Plus we have really beautiful sayings. I'm thankful. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. I really like that one because sometimes change is really hard, right? We used to say when I worked in the corporate world that change is as good as a rest, but change can be hard. Hi, Mo. How are you? And then we've got With a Grateful Heart. And then you can match these up. So I'm thankful for all you do. I'm thankful today and every day. I'm thankful to have you as a friend. So really nice. So I'm sure there's things we can, or people we can think that we want to send thanks to, right? So that's the stamps. Then we've also got a distress tile 3D embossing folder. Love this. Let me show you what it looks like when you emboss. It's kind of different because while it embosses, it also leaves on purpose spaces. So it's like somebody's distressed it. It's old. I love that. So love that. We've got some embellishments. I love sweets. They started, when did they start sweets, you guys? Like about 4, 5, 6 years ago, maybe even more, longer. Love how they coordinate the stamps and the DSP and the embellishments and ribbon. So it really takes the guesswork out, right? When you're trying to think what goes with that. Okay, so I've got these gorgeous adhesive back speckled dots. Those are fun. I'm going to be using those later. We've got a ribbon duo. Look at this. I cut a goodie bag, some goodie bags for my event that I've got on Saturday. And so this is all I got left of my beautiful ribbon, but they come together in one. Let's get the proper name of these. They are called Copper and Natural Ribbon Pack. Okay, so check out this copper ribbon. I hope you can see how it glimmers. Isn't that beautiful? And then we've got, they call this natural. It's just like a burlap, but I love, look at this. You can actually tug at the ends here and you can make these fabulous, I like this, where you've got that, just that little fringe, right? So that's fun. I never, don't worry if it, so you don't have to worry if it frays. Now the colors that go with the DSP, which I'm going to show you in a second, are Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, Moody Mauve, and Copper Clay, but also copper accents, so copper foil, and Very Vanilla is the recommended neutral. So let me show you the gorgeous paper. You get 48 sheets, so 4 of each of these. Look at this photograph. Isn't that gorgeous? I loved it. I got to tell you, I love when they put in a wood pattern like that. But we've got some really cool ones. We've got this one that looks like fabric. It looks like a nice wool throw that you'd throw on while you were sitting, maybe reading a book or something. Love this one. This is one of my favorites because I love all the colors in it. This one here is a picture of a leather chair, but just that's really kind of neat texture. Here's my second favorite one because I love the mauve that's in here. Oh, we've got books. We've got gourds and pumpkins. Another one. This is kind of interesting. It's just sort of a wavy fabric. More books, more leaves, more photograph, and then another forest picture. Okay. And then on the other side, we've got, oh my gosh, these are all copper foil accented, right? So look at this. You got the mauves, you got the mossy meadow, you got the peacock, you got the copper. These are gorgeous. So you do get 4 of each of these in a pack. Okay. So gorgeous. So that's that paper. And then also as a little bonus, you get this oxidized, I think, what is it called? Oxidized foil? Let's see. Oxidized copper 12 by 12. So you get 4 sheets, 2 each of 12 by 12. And we've got the peacock and the copper. So I'll just cut these down just to show you. But look at that. Is that gorgeous? Love that. So that's all the bits that you can choose from in that suite. Okay. So let's see who has popped on. I'm just going to turn off. I can't see the comments because you can see my mouse, but I can't get my mouse over to where I want. So there we go. Okay, let's see. Hi, Keisha. Sorry you're late. We had people looking at pipes. Oh dear. I hope your pipes are okay. Oh gosh. I hope nothing's happened to your pipes. They didn't burst or anything, I hope. I rushed in today. I was over on the North Shore. If you've ever been in Vancouver, I had to go over to the North Shore. And I was thinking, rush hour. You know how people talk rush hour? And so I made my appointment. I thought I'm not going to make it for rush hour. So I made it for 10:30. In Vancouver, we're connected by bridges. So if there's a problem on the bridge, you're pretty much you're pretty much snookered. You can't really get anywhere. And there was a 5-car pileup or something in the tunnel. Anyway, I made it to the hairdresser. I got my thing. I raced home. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have a sandwich. And then, oh my gosh, I got to go on live at 3. So I'm just getting myself organized here. But we're going to make a really fun card. And it's got a little bit of a fun twist to it. So let me show you what we're working on. So I'm starting with Moody Move. Moody Move? Mody Move. Oh, Mo, that was my sister Mo. I call her Mody. So now I'm going to be calling her Mody Move. Oh gosh. Moody Move. She's not moody, so she's just Mody. Okay, so we've got that cut to 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we've got our card front. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put another score in, and I'm going to cut a little bit off. So I'm going to take my trimmer, and I'm going to be using my score blade, which is the light gray one. Okay. Putting in new lines. Oh, well, that's good. So nothing burst. That's good, Keisha. So what I'm going to do, what I love about our trimmers, can you see we've got 1 inch on this side, but I've also got 1 inch on this side. So I can actually move my cardstock over and use this side for anything up to 1.5, which I love. So I'm going to put this at the 1 inch line, and I'm going to score it. Okay. So now I've got a score there. And then on the front, I'm going to cut off 1 inch. Okay. So we're going to cut that piece off. Okay. So now we've got the score line in this inside, so to speak. And then we've cut this off so they line up. Okay. All right. So far, so good. That's the hardest fancy fold. We're moving on. It's good. Now I've cut some DSP. Let me show you which one I cut. Cut my favorite, which is this one. So this is a 3 inch. So this is cut to 2 and a. Let me just make sure here, you guys. Before I tell you sizes, I should always double check, shouldn't I? So this is cut to 3 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. This is a really fun little fold. Easy too, really easy. Okay. I think somebody said that they saw this. I got a swap card a long time ago that had this design, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I think she said Connie Stewart taught it. I'm not 100% sure though. And I've got another little strip. Here's another piece. But I wanted to use the copper side. And this one's cut to 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to glue that on our edge here, just like that. Yeah, there we go. So I just wanted those to line up a bit. Okay, so that's what we've got. Okay, and you can see that this folds back. And you may say, why is that? Well, you'll see. Let's go ahead and glue something on the inside while we're here. This is also cut to 3 by 5 1/4. So we will glue that on the inside. I'm trying to make a lot of cards with this suite because some people were saying that they didn't like the colors or they didn't like the samples. I think, Keisha, you were saying you weren't keen on the samples. So I wanted to show you some ideas and hopefully make you fall in love with it as much as I have. So that's what we've got so far. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Love that. So what do we need? I'm going to grab a piece of Very Vanilla. And I've got another piece of copper clay. And my favorite die set is the Stylish Shapes, which you guys know. I love Stylish Shapes because you get circles, squares, and labels. And I'm going to use I think this is the second largest one in the copper and the next one down. So not the smallest. But I think this is actually the middle one. I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. So bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I've got my plate number 3, my plate number 2. Got my die and cardstock. And I'm going to run that through. Anybody else joined us that I haven't seen? Don't think so. Okay. So this is a class, not this card, but these products are going to be used in a class that my friend Ange McKay and I are doing together on October the 1st. And the class, the all about autumn class is, I think it starts at 12:30. So it's on Facebook. So if you can't join live, no problem. You can join later and watch the recordings. So that's what we do. Come live or come later. So let me I'm going to grab Mossy Meadow and Moody Mauve and Copper Clay. So those are 3 of those. And then I need some of the dyes. And I think Stampin' Up! Gives me more than one. So let me just double check here. You usually have these on a, there it is. You usually have these on a magnetic piece so that you can see them all, but not today. Like I said, ran in from the hairdresser. So we're going to use this one. What I love is Stampin' Up! Sometimes they give you 2 of the same dye, which makes it so great. There's 2 maple leaves in here too, and 2 little leaves. So just makes die cutting that much faster, right? Because you can cut less passes with your machine. Gotta love that. So let me bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And go. Let's put one on the Copper Clay and one on the Moody Mauve. I'll cut those out. Nobody's saying anything. How you guys doing? What's new? You guys been creating? Anybody been creating with All About Autumn? Or are you thinking, I'm not ready for the fall, I'm still making summary cards? Or are you jumping ahead and making Christmas cards? What are you working on? What's your sweets that you're playing with? Or your stamps. And then I want one more, and I want it out of Mossy Meadow. So let's do that. Okay, and I'm also going to cut out one of, I was telling you guys that the dies have what I would call the veins that go in the leaves. So I'm using this one, which is the oak leaf one. And I'm using a piece of the gorgeous oxidized copper. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And I want one of those. So let's cut that. Okay. Oh, it would help if I actually put my die down right. Oh dear. Okay. Let's put that through again. Okay. All right, we're getting our little bits together here. And we've got our leaves. Here we go, 3 little leaves. And we've got our copper, well, I call it a vein, but you know what I mean. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just wanted to add some copper to it. Okay, let me just lower my phone a titch here. There we go. So maybe we can see a little bit better. Let's grab our 2 pieces. Let's glue these together. Okay. So we're giving ourselves quite a border around here, which is fine. Then we're going to start just gluing these down. So I'm going to take my white glue and I'm just daubing. I'm not just kind of dotting some of it. I'm not putting it on all of it, just a little bit, because I'll be able to hold it down with these pieces. So let's put on a Mossy Meadow. And a Copper Clay. I love how these colors go together. How about you guys? So pretty. And then I think what we'll do is we'll pop up this leaf so it's not all flat one on top of the other. Anybody saying? Oh, good. Somebody said something. Keisha. What's she saying? Hi, Ellie. How are you? You made a card today for joining an online thing, but I need to do a video and that's not my zone, so I'm procrastinating. Oh, yeah. Are you doing the 14-day challenge, Keisha? Is that what you're doing? Where you have to post something every day? Is that what you're trying to do? Or are you just challenging yourself? Once you've done one, it's less scary, right? But I know what that's like when you're like, ah. Okay, so that's that piece. And we might as well go ahead and add some linen thread. Now, you know when linen thread comes off the spool like this, it's all like kinky, right? So if you take your nail and you just run it along, you can get rid of that and make it flat so it's easier to, there we go. I'm just going to tie a little bow. That. Go. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And you can use a glue dot, but I like my paper pumpkin glue dots. I heard someone say once they didn't like these glue dots, and I'm thinking, oh, just mail them to me. Send me them. I like these because they're flat. I know if you're in another country, that doesn't help you because you can't get these outside of North America, but you could just use our regular glue dots. Oh gosh, my scissors need a little bit of sharpening. Okay, there we go. All right. Just put that down. There we go. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Doesn't look that exciting, but it will be. Now, let me grab, I've got this piece of Moody Mauve, and I need another piece of vanilla. So, you know, what would our live be without me having to grab something, right? Like, I'm always missing something on my desk. Okay, so I've got this piece of very vanilla. I want to just make sure it's long enough because I want to use this label. Yeah, okay. Let's use the word. Let's grab it. I'm thankful. Oh, you're doing that 14-day challenge, Keisha? Good for you. I'm not doing it because I joined late and then I thought I can't catch up. And I do a lot of the things anyway, but it looks fantastic. So well done that you're challenging yourself. Well done. The 14-day challenge is something that's for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And the challenge is to stretch yourself with social media and using it, you know, like posting things or posting certain topics and things. So it really pushes people out of their comfort zone. And sometimes we all need that. So today's challenge, I heard, was to go live for 2 minutes on your Facebook. And people are like, don't do it. And I think we're all like that because we think we have to be perfect. Well, you have seen, if you follow me, that is, I'm far from perfect. And you just have to do it. Just like when we used to have to go to people's houses and do workshops. Oy. Remember, nervous we used to be, and I'd think, oh, I hate going. I don't want to go. But then when I got there, I'd always say when I came out, what a nice group of people. What a nice group of stampers. So sometimes we just have to push ourselves. Everybody's human. Everyone makes mistakes. It's not the end of the world. So go for it, Keisha. All right. Oops. Here's our little label. Okay. With a grateful heart. Whoops. That would help if I was in screen. There we go. The helpful heart. Okay. So then let me just set this aside for a sec because I want to take that Moody Mauve and I want to emboss something. So I'm going to grab my Versamark. I'm going to grab the saying that says, for all you do. So with a grateful heart for all you do, which is such a nice sentiment, isn't it? I think so. Let's use our embossing buddy and get all the oil off of our fingers. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Good thing I don't get freaked out about my poor Versamark. Oh gosh, the things my Versamark have been through. It's like a science experiment at this point, isn't it? I need to grab just a scrap of paper and my white embossing powder. And let's dump that on there. And let's return that to its jar and put the lid on. Very important. Okay. And then we can heat set this. Now, I'm going to use the tweezers because this is a rather small piece and I don't need my fingers burnt off. It was fun up till today. Yeah, I think I've noticed, Keisha, all the comments, and most of them are, "Oh no, this was fun. I made it to day 7." I think it's cute that your kittens joined you. That's the whole point of the exercise, right? Is to show who we are, right? Okay, let's heat set that for all you do. Okay, now you can just cut this out. But another one of the dies is this one here for those little words. So let me show you. Look at all these little words. So this one here will cut them out if you want, like a little strip, which I liked. So let me just get this in front of me so I know what I'm doing here. Kind of center that. I am going to use my removable tape to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. And then pop that on and cut that out. Then we can assemble. Okay. Okay. And I was going to collect up all my dies so they don't get lost. So look at this little strip. Kind of cute. And that is just going to go on the bottom of this. So let me grab my glue. Just a little bit. Spread that out. Any baseball fans? Those Blue Jays better get their act together today. They want to make the postseason. No more fooling around. If you're a baseball fan, you know what I mean. Okay, so that's what we've got. With a grateful heart for all you do. So we've got all our bits. We are. And let's glue this one down. Sometimes I know it's shocking that we can sometimes put too many things, pop up too many things, but I think you can. Got that. Okay, so do you remember when we first started this card? We cut off 1 inch, but we scored the back. So this is a score line. And you're probably thinking, why is she doing that? Because we're going to stick this piece so it's stuck to the back but not the front. So I'm just going to eyeball this, put some glue on. Then this is a bit of a little bit of a, what have we done here? So I'm going to do it kind of like that, I think. Just going to anchor that. See if I like it. I like it a little bit higher. I just want to make sure I don't have any glue going where I don't want. So let's let that set for a sec. Okay, so it's only glued to that little flap. So it goes back and forth. Okay, that's what you're going for. And because you've scored this, check this out. You can do this, and it's like a little locking mechanism. See that? Open. But when you close it, it catches it. So it lays flat. Isn't that cool? So easy. I don't know what you call it, but it's almost like a little locking card. Let's put some of these embellishments on. I love these. We were talking about these the other day, and I couldn't describe. I was thinking, what are they? Modeled? What are they? But my friend Jacqueline said, no, they're marbled. And she's right. They've got sort of marbling in there. Yeah. All right. So isn't that fun? Simple. Let me raise this up a titch because I think I'm a little too close now. So you can see the whole thing. So there we go. Oop. It locks in place. Love that. Isn't that fun? It's so easy, isn't it, Keisha? Thanks, Mo. It's so easy. Like, Oh my gosh. But I love the way it locks, and it's easy, but just all you have to do is remember to score it on the back piece. So score it at 1 inch and then cut off 1 inch from the front. Okay. So I'm sure you guys are going to come up with a whole bunch of ideas. Here's some reminders of other cards I've made. This is the one we did the other day. All right. Love that. We use the embossing folder on the back. Look at this copper. Oh my gosh. And then we got the copper on the veins there. Okay, so those are 2. And then I made this one. I don't think I made the actual card on a live, but I made a card with another set using the same layout. And I did use the copper embossing powder for that one. And then here's another one. So the way I did it was, remember I did with a grateful heart, and then I used a separate piece for that. But here's one where it's just stamped. They're both just stamped, which I really like too. There's my favorite piece of GSP, and here's my second favorite piece. Okay. All right. So that's today's card. Remember, I've got a class on October 1st. Online, anyone can come. No matter where you live, you can come. So let's see. Hi, Sally. Oh, thank you. I just saw Anika got on there. I can't see the YouTube over there. So thanks for joining on YouTube, Anika. Aniki. I'm embarrassed that I'm probably butchering your name. I apologize. I am. Okay. Anything else? I was telling everybody remember the other day I was telling you guys I had a bad hair day, like really bad. Well, today this is as good as it gets because this is from the hairdresser. So, you know, it always looks good. See, there's my side view. Always looks good when you come from the hairdresser. So I want to make sure I get my money's worth by showing off. So I'm having a good hair day. Thanks, Diane. I'll see you at the class. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks, Mo. Yeah, it's like, who can I show my hair off to, right? Okay. I think that's all for today. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so I will see you guys next time, Sunday at 10 a.m. Yeah, that's my plan. I have a in-person retreat on Saturday, which I'm very excited about because it's so nice to see people in person. And then I also have a Zoom with my team on Sunday. So I'll see if I'm up to Sunday morning. But, you know, I always post and tell you, hey, I'll be on. Or, sorry, see ya next week. Okay. So until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope you get some crafting time in. And I hope you check out the All About Autumn Sweet Collection and check out my class. The links are in the video when it ends. Okay. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great